Previously, on the window at 8:47. Police uncovered a hidden network known as the Ferrymen. A notebook filled with codes, a storage locker of passports and burner phones, and then the van at 3:05 a.m. CCTV captured Emily being led inside, her phone pinging for the last time near the port of Liverpool. On the driver's sleeve, two stitched letters, MC, a logistics company with offices in Manchester and in Camden, New Jersey. For investigators, the trail now crossed the Atlantic. Full story. Across the Atlantic, in Brooklyn, New York, detectives are already familiar with the name Daniel Cole. For nearly 2 years, women had vanished after brief online conversations with a man using that alias. No bodies, no scenes, just silence, until Emily Clarke's disappearance in Manchester exposed a pattern. The FBI reopens their files. Surveillance from airports, late-night motels, and cash transfer points all show traces of the same figure. A man moving under different names but the same face. The problem? That face isn't Daniel Cole's. It belongs to Mark Reynolds, the same man now sitting in a UK cell, denying everything. But if Mark was in Manchester when Emily vanished, then who was the man using his identity here in New York? Detectives begin to suspect what they feared all along. Mark wasn't acting alone. He was part of something larger. A network where masks are swapped, identities traded, and victims moved like shipments across the ocean. The FBI traces a trail of small details, receipts, toll records, and surveillance stills that don't quite add up. One lead stands out. A motel clerk in Newark remembers a British man checking in under the name Daniel Cole. She recalls his accent northern, clipped, and a woman with him who seemed nervous, clutching her bag tightly. The date? Just 3 weeks before Emily Clarke disappeared in Manchester. Agents dig deeper, cross-referencing phone tower data with passenger records. They uncover something startling. 2 different men traveling under nearly identical identities, both using the same alias. Daniel Cole operating at the same time in different countries. This confirms their suspicion. The Ferrymen don't just recruit predators. They share masks. They trade names. The man Emily thought she knew could have been anyone within the network. Detectives in Brooklyn finally catch a break. A tip leads them to a shuttered warehouse near Red Hook, abandoned for years, but strangely still leased under the same logistics company with the MC initials. Inside, the air is thick with dust. Wooden pallets line the walls. At first glance, it looks empty, but in a locked back office, they find something that changes everything. Stacked on metal shelves are dozens of binders, each one labeled with a single letter and a date. Inside, photocopied passports, prepaid phone numbers, and grainy photos of women. Some are confirmed missing, others never reported. In the bottom drawer of a file cabinet, they discover a smaller box. Inside are 3 coins identical to those found in the Manchester locker. But these coins are different. Each one bears an engraved initial, SL, and the last, marked with the letter. For the first time, investigators realize Emily Clarke's name was not random. It was catalogued, prepared, and marked long before the night she vanished. And if the binders are correct, she is just one of dozens, maybe hundreds, moved across borders by the Ferryman network. The warehouse evidence proves one chilling truth: Emily Clarke was not the first, and she won't be the last. Each binder, each coin, each forged passport represents a life swallowed by the Ferryman network. But the question that haunts investigators is not just how, it's where. Where are these women taken? And who decides which name is marked with a letter? And which disappears completely? The Ferryman forum is gone. The company with the MC logo denies everything. And Mark Reynolds sits in a cell, insisting he's only one man. But the binders tell a different story, a story of a system still operating, still waiting. And as long as those doors stay open, someone, somewhere, is next. The Ferryman mystery doesn't end here. Emily Clarke's case is just one piece of a network that stretches across borders, across oceans, and into the lives of people who never thought they'd vanish. If you want to know where the trail leads next, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me for the next investigation. Because the Ferrymen aren't finished, and neither are we.